Good morning, peace and blessings. Happy Saturday. I'm the Moon Mama. Happy to be here today. And Saturday is the day that Saturn governs, and Saturn is currently at the 13th degree of Aquarius. So before I talk about that, I want to invite you to join. First of all, don't you like my crown? A brother by the name of Kayvon. He's on Facebook, Kevon, made it. And it's so beautiful. This is a clear quartz crystal. These are Dalmatians. The clear quartz crystal just sends through clear transmissions. Dalmatian stone is for playfulness. And then there are a couple other stones that I don't remember the name of, but he makes them and they're really beautiful. And Kevon Fair. So if you're looking for him, go to Facebook and find Kevon, Kevon Fair, and reach out to him. And he makes incredible crowns and wands, and he'll just set you up. You'll be royal before it's over with if you start doing some work with him. So I want to invite you to register for the Saturn retrograde in Aquarius class. That's what I'm going to talk about right now. The Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius, and what this energy is really about. This is about us really coming home to our true identity. This time on the planet is so pristine and so heart opening and transforming, and there's so many stories and so many narratives, and the one I'm offering you is one of them, right? I don't want anybody to think that I think I'm right or any of that. I'm just sharing my process because my process is right for me, and my intention has been, because of astrology, if I can discover the truth of who I am, then if I can share my process, then others will be able to discover the truth of who they are. And this is what Saturn in Aquarius is all about at the core. It's your true identity. Aquarius is the mind of God. It is this energy of divine wisdom and humanity, like for all, and technology. It's what we haven't accessed within ourselves yet. It's what we haven't materialized yet, right? So God is creator, and we are always on the edge of creation. And Aquarius is the energy that moves us forward, that moves us out of who we are now and into who we're becoming. And the ruler of Aquarius, Uranus, is currently in Taurus. So that means that God energy is totally focused on the earth realm and our values and our self-esteem and how we are creating ourselves. But Saturn is in Aquarius, and this is the energy that governs this day. Saturn is your cause and effect. It's your karma. And Saturn is currently retrograde in Aquarius at the 13th degree. And so the 13th degree is divine intelligence. Don't get up there. Thank you. The 13th degree is divine intelligence. And so with the ruler of Aquarius in Taurus, which is focusing the energy of the God consciousness into the earth realm, and Saturn, which governs our cause and effect here on the earth realm, in Aquarius, which is the energy of the mind of God, we are anchoring our true identity into the earth realm by the cause and effect we are taking on a daily basis. By what you are doing, by what you are thinking, by what you are envisioning, you are bringing your God self online. Now, here's the thing. These energies are neutral. They're here, they're available, but it doesn't mean that they're going to just do, it's not magical. You have to direct them. That's the point. That's why I offer the classes. You have to direct the energy. If you don't direct it, it just will get caught up in the way that you're already functioning, and give you more of that, right? You have to create a new energetic foundation for it. You have to create a new mindset. You have to create a new container for the energy to come in and allow you to experience your divinity, because you have to do the work to create the space that is open for the new frequencies to meet you. And you do that through your body and how in various ways. Like I do body movement. I do the herbal things. I work with a woman who does energetic somatic work in my body. I do breath work, and then you have to do it through the mind also by changing your thoughts, by literally taking responsibility and literally, like whatever the software is in your mind, remove it and put in a new software. And this is what the classes are about. So I invite you to join the Mercury Retrograde Reset course. That it's not reset, Mercury Retrograde class in Gemini. Mercury Retrograde is really about focusing our thinking in a new direction and implanting a new frequency in our minds. The Saturn in Retrograde course is about creating our new identity, which is what I'm talking about, which is bringing a new way of being, in your cause and effect. What you put out is what you get back, right? So Saturn in Aquarius is saying, what are the new ways you are? First, you have to look at the old things, right? And these things are so subtle. I keep saying it. This stuff is so subtle. And here's what I mean when I say it's so subtle. We take up and we become who we are when we're really young, from 0 to 7. And from 0 to 7, these patterns and pathways in our brains get formed based upon our childhood experience, based upon our nurturing, based upon our environment, based upon the people that we're exposed to. And that becomes the pattern. That becomes who you are. And then you can run quadrillions of stories through that pattern, but it's still that pattern from 0 to 7. So the work that I'm saying to do is you got to go change your pattern. You've got to identify it. So for me, one of the biggest things that has been most difficult for me is really taking my power back from the way I have misused it with the masculine. And it showed, and how I was indoctrinated in this or conditioned in it is because I used to watch my mother and my father fight. And it was really confusing to me because my mother was like 5'9", 5'10". My father was 5'5", and he used to kick her ass. And I used to be so confused, like, why is this little man able to really dominate this woman who is 5 inches taller than him? And it created inside of me a like I energetically would just collapse into the masculine, just give my power over, because my young brain took that on and I made a meaning out of it that had me give my power to the masculine. So for all of my life, I would just submit. I wouldn't ask questions, even if I felt like I didn't like it, or I would get into power struggles. Like I would do things not really wanting to do them. So during this energy, I am absolutely identifying that at the most sensitive areas in my own psyche, at the most sensitive areas in my own life, I can see where I totally surrender my power. And in the surrendering of the power, I'm depleted. I'm frustrated. I'm not in truth with who I am. And so the work for this day is to really look at your identity. And what I've discovered about this work also is that this is not really an intellectual work. This is why I offer the rituals and the classes, because you can't come to this through your head thinking. And that's a part of it, but that's the least of it. This is a real internal process of uncovering who you are, taking responsibility for it, and then doing the work to transform it. So that is Saturn at the 13th degree. You want to access the divine intelligence within you that is being made available to you energetically through your psyche at this time, through prayer, meditation, ritual work, to bring that energy to the earth realm so that you can live in the truth of who you are. The moon today was in Cancer, and it's at 16 degrees, and the moon at 16 degrees of Cancer is unity. And Cancer is the energy of the mother, of our nurturing, of our inner world, right? And so you want to unify the parts of you that, Ma'at, My aunt, what are you doing? Come here. Come. Let's see if we can get my aunt to say. Come on. You want to unify up. You want to unify the parts of yourself that are out of alignment. You want to bring yourself back into harmony, into unity, with understanding the truth of who you are, understanding your real identity, not who who your mother wanted you to be, not who your father wanted you to be, not who the world told you you are, but who you truly are. You want to really give yourself the power to be, okay, ouch, I'm sorry. All right. Ouch, shoot. You want to really give yourself the power to question, your dynamic and how you're showing up. And then ask yourself, is this the most powerful thought form, way of being, or is there something else that is available? So that will unify. That will unify you to your true self, to your authenticity, to your God self, which is what we're up to at this time on the planet. So with that, I hope that is really helpful. Let me see if there's anything I really want to share with you all. We're still in the dark of the moon. We have one more day here in the dark of the moon out of the eclipse energy. It is so important what story you're telling yourself right now about anything, right? And I'm on social media and I see there's a lot of stuff going on, stories about the vaccinations, stories about politics, stories about all this sort of stuff. And here's when you are in your God energy, you have dominion over everything, but you have to tell yourself the truth about who you are. You have to tell yourself, this experience is not bigger than me. This thing that's showing itself to me is my creation, and I can recreate it how I choose to. But you have to do the internal work to believe that you have that kind of power. So I just want you to know that while the sun is in Gemini, we are so richly blessed with an opportunity to create a new perceived reality. And that perceived reality needs to come through your own consciousness and through your agreement with your higher self, that you know who you are. And this is a process. For me, it has been a process. I think it's easier for the younger people who haven't gone through, years of being in this American system where all the nonsense has been happening, or the blessings that help us wake up to who we are has been occurring, But for those of us who are 40 and up, 35 and up, you need to do the work to really remove the old conditioning. So I pray that you have the strength to do it while we're in this Gemini energy at this time. Tell yourself the best story you can tell about your reality. Build the reality that you desire. Do the work. Commit yourself to it and watch as it expands into something that is powerful and beautiful and aligned with your purpose, your intention, and your desire. Peace and blessings. I'm the Moon Mama. Bye-bye.